Sounds good. That 72 looks very nice. Well, good afternoon and welcome to KMTV Action 3 News Live at midday. I'm Andrea Flores. Dean Brink is off today. Well, it was an emotional morning in court as a Douglas County judge sentenced an Omaha man for killing his girlfriend and leaving her body in a cemetery. Senior reporter Jake Wadzikowski is live outside the Douglas County Courthouse with the details.
Andrea, the Douglas County attorney was extremely disappointed with the sentence, especially because Michael Lloyd pleaded no contest to intentionally taking his girlfriend's life. The 21-year-old Lloyd is sentenced to 30 to 35 years for second-degree murder. With good time, he will serve 15 years in prison before he's eligible for parole. He admitted to detectives that he strangled his girlfriend, 19-year-old Melissa Rodriguez, to death in August 2013. Lloyd then dumped her body in a freshly dug grave at the Graceland Park Cemetery at 42nd and L Street. Before the murder, the defendant checked himself out of Lasting Hope, a center for psychiatric help, after police put him there. Prosecutors aren't sure what the judge took into consideration, but say there was no talk that Lloyd was insane when he committed the murder.
That certainly wasn't an issue that was raised by the defense in this case, that he wasn't responsible or shouldn't be held accountable because of mental health issues to that extreme. So certainly that wasn't the case.
The defense said Lloyd felt remorse for killing Rodriguez and that when he killed her, he didn't understand that she was actually dead. Now, Douglas County District Court Judge Joseph Troya could have sentenced Lloyd anywhere between 20 years in prison to life in prison. We did hear from Melissa Rodriguez's mother after court today. She had some harsh words about that sentence. We'll have that coming up at 5 o'clock. Reporting live outside the Douglas County Courthouse in downtown Omaha, Jake Wadzikowski, KMTV Action 3 News.
Okay, thank you, Jake, for that report. Well, at the state capitol, lawmakers will debate prison reform legislation later today. Nebraska Attorney General Doug Peterson held a news conference to address two bills addressing criminal penalties and sentences. Under one bill, mandatory minimum sentences would be removed and the habitual criminal penalties would be restricted. The others would reduce sentences for most offenses and caps minimum sentences judges can set for felonies. Peterson says solving prison overcrowding should not come at the expense of public safety.
And by taking the notion of reducing sentencing guidelines and sentencing requirements to address the problem, we think creates more public safety than it does long-term solutions.
State lawmakers are expected to begin debating the prison reform bills this afternoon. We'll have the latest coming up on Upfront at 4 and KMTV Action 3 News live at 5. And an elderly Avoca, Iowa man faces sexual assault charges for allegedly inappropriately touching two young girls. 78-year-old Merlin Jensen is in the Pottawatomie County Jail on $50,000 bond. Jensen accused of exposing himself and touching the 7- and 4-year-old girls' private areas. A relative of Jensen's has also accused him of abusing two now adult women when they were children. Jensen is scheduled to make his first court appearance on Thursday. And fire investigators have figured out what caused a fire at an auto repair shop yesterday morning. Investigators say a water heater ignited fuel vapors in a repair bay at Precision Auto Works near 50th and F. The mechanic working inside suffered serious burns to his legs. After trying to use a fire extinguisher, witnesses called firefighters who put the fire out in about 10 minutes. And Lincoln fire investigators are looking for the cause of a 3-alarm fire that destroyed a downtown strip mall yesterday afternoon. The roof of La Mexicana Market and Restaurant partially collapsed as dozens of firefighters fought the flames. You could see smoke for miles as it billowed from the store. Luckily, everyone made it out safely, including a dog who was rescued from a kennel when the fire broke out. And OSHA has begun an investigation into the on-the-job death of a Columbus construction worker. 26-year-old Craig Anderson was trying to free a stuck cement mixer at a construction site at Lake Socorro near Schuyler last weekend when the chain broke and hit Anderson, killing him. OSHA says Anderson worked for Garrett Construction and Ready Mix, which was cited by OSHA for 3 serious safety violations back in 2012. And police are on the hunt for bandits stealing bottles of laundry detergent, and police say it's becoming more common. Officer James Shade with Crime Stopper shared surveillance video with us of a man walking out of the Walgreens on 30th and Dodge with about $40 worth of Tide. OPD says the crooks aren't using it for themselves, though. They're reselling the soap on the black market.
Obviously, it's not homicide or it's not a bank robbery, but shoplifting absolutely does affect us here in Omaha. It drives the prices up, it causes other problems, and those people are cheating us in different ways.
Shade says stealing detergent isn't a new crime, though. It's a nationwide trend that's made its way to Omaha. And an Omaha mother says she's working with Child Protective Services to get her kids back after they were taken into protective custody. Kava Watson told police her 4-year-old wandered away Sunday afternoon after she left him in a playroom and lost track of time. She called 911 from a relative's home, and police tracked down the boy more than half a mile away. Officers brought him home and say the conditions at the house were not fit for a child, so all 4 of Watson's children were placed in protective custody. And Nebraska lawmakers may be ready to increase the state's gasoline tax, but Governor Pete Ricketts is not. The unicameral gave the bill that would raise the tax by 6 cents over 4 years to 31.6 cents per gallon. Lawmakers hope to use the extra money to fix roads and bridges. Ricketts, though, strongly opposes the bill and says he'll veto it. It appears the bill does not have enough votes to override a veto. And workers may soon have a little less to worry about when they prepare to have a child. Governor Pete Ricketts signed a bill into law on Monday, which better protects pregnant women in the workforce. The new law will give pregnant workers the right to easier workloads and more flexible schedules. The law also prevents employers from discriminating against pregnant women when it comes to hiring and firing. Also this afternoon, full-time workers in Nebraska make less if they are women. New numbers from the National Partnership for Women and Families show Nebraska women make 74 cents for every dollar a Nebraska man makes. That comes to an average difference of more than $11,000 a year. Those numbers are timely. Activists have named today Equal Pay Day. And a woman who some believe could be the nation's first female president is making her way to the heartland. Hillary Clinton will be in Iowa today. She'll make stops in Monticello today. That's near eastern Iowa. And tomorrow she'll stop in Norwalk near Des Moines. Political analysts in Iowa say Clinton isn't the only candidate, though, who will be spending time across the river.
We will have just about every major candidate, and I would say definitely have every major candidate come through Council Bluffs at some time in the next year or so.
Visitors to Iowa will not be slowing down anytime soon. Both parties expect more candidates to announce their run for the White House in the coming weeks. And those seeking the White House would be wise to listen to a man who knows a thing or two about Iowa politics, longtime Iowa Governor Terry Branstad.
And my advice to Hillary and to every candidate is come to Iowa early. She's doing that, so that's a good thing. Often, go to all 99 counties, meet with people and answer their questions and share your vision and plans for the
Governor
future.
Branstad says in recent polls, Republicans are gaining, but Election Day is a long way from now. Certainly fun to see all that stuff heating up, right?
Yeah, even early on.